Hello friends, today I will be discussing continuation of last topic, that is international selection. Today we will discuss selection techniques or methods at international level. So first we will start with the first step, that is interview for international selection. It is the most commonly used selection technique available at international assignment. It is the best way for a employer or organizations to learn about the candidate, and as well as it is also the best way for a candidate to learn about the job and the employer. There is usually more than one interview is taken place at international selection process, and it may lead to the two different types of the interviews. First interview may lead to the follow-up interview, and second may lead to the final interview with the potential managers as well as the potential co-workers. So when the firms are engaging for interviewing a candidate for an international assignment, it may one kind of advantages are going to getting by the firm regarding the international selections. Why means in this international selection organization may be come across with the all the peoples who are belongs to different countries, as well as these candidates are going to be assessing by the host country peoples as well as head office. So this way they may be more balanced assessment of the candidate skills can be opted. So in USA interview generally follows structured format, means so that each applicant is asked to same questions, means structured format is prepared by the USA country, where they are asking the same questions to the all different kind of candidates who are coming from the different part of the countries. So that is called the interview for international selection. So second one is selection test. Selection test is act as a parameter for a firms, which is helping for the firms to determine whether the person is suitable for an international expert assignment or not. Means selection techniques is helping for a firms, or it's communicating a firms to know the qualities of the candidates whom the firm want to be given international assignments. So means selection technique may be act as a dimension which is describing a certain characteristics of the candidates before selecting him for international assignments. So the criteria or dimensions are going to be evaluating by the firm in the selection techniques are: they may be examining the personality or ability of the candidate, they are engaging for evaluating a technical qualification or technical skills of the candidate related to a particular job, they are also engaging for testing the personal traits or relation abilities of the candidate for a international assignment, and as well as they are also going to be conducting a test towards the candidate to know how they are going to be cope with the environmental variables which they may face when they are engaging in international assignments. Next, we'll discuss uses of selection test. So, uses of selection test may be categorized into five types. One may be reliable tools. It means selection test is considered as a trustworthy or unbiased tools to evaluate and select the best candidate for vacant positions. Means here compared to the other techniques like interviews, selection test is the best technique for a firms to remove all bias which may be taken place during the selection of the candidates. So second one is second usage of selection test is deal for large groups, means selection test as an advantages for a firms to test the large number of the applicants at the same time. This will help the firms to save the time and money of the organization for choosing the candidate for largest pool. So third uses of selection test is it act as a predictor of intangible talent, means selection tests are useful tool to identify the hidden talent and skills of the individuals. And fourth use of the selection test is goal specific and target oriented, means in order to evaluate a particular characteristics of the individual, various tests are going to be conducted by the firms. Means it means if the firm want to know the achievements of the candidates, then the firm is going to conducting achievement test to with the help of achievement test they examining the achievements of the employees towards the international assignments. Next, fifth uses of the selection test is a future record for future. record for future. Selection test is act as a record keeping tool for the organization, which can be kept for future references or investigation. Means whatever the test is conducted by the firm, they are keeping a record, and they are using the record as a base for future investigation purpose. So these are several uses the firm will get while conducting the selection test. Next, third is monitoring and targeting of disadvantaged groups. In HR policies and practices, it is includes staffing practices, and the staffing practices may be affected by national or transnational employment laws that may be restricted direct or and sometimes indirect discrimination based on certain factors like gender, color, disability, religion, or marital status. It means here many HR practices or policies which may be including international staffing. So when the firms are engaging for hiring or selecting a candidate, during the selection of the candidate, many countries are going to be creating a certain restrictions towards the selection of the candidate based on the many factors. That may be in the case of the gender. If we take the gender, many countries are refusing to hire a female as an expected for international assignments. Marital status, it is one more factors where many firms are avoiding to hire that kind of candidate. Many firms are avoiding to hire the married candidate for international assignments. They will think that if they hire a married candidate, their family members may disturb for international assignments. So this is third selection technique or method which is adopted by firms to select the candidates. Next is assessment centers. So assessment centers are going to conducting for hiring the managerial positions. They are in this method, the firms are conducting a various activities. Means they may conduct a in basket exercises, or they may conduct a simulation based activities, or the firm may conduct a role play activities, or the firm may conduct a group based activities where they are going to be examining the qualities or skills of the manager for international assignments. Okay, apart from this, they also facing certain problems during the conduction of the training assessment center based programs. Means cross cultural differences, many countries language are differing, so it may be creating a problem for selection persons to conduct the activities. So they are going to hiring a translator to convert the language for conducting several activities based on that particular country's language. This is called the assessment center. Next is other methods. Other methods may categorize into three types. One is observation method, and second is written test, and third is international resume. The first one is observation method. The hiring decision can also be achieved through observation of the employees interacting with the colleagues, or giving a presentation, or actually performing a job. Means here firms are going to be observing the performance of the employees when the employees are engaging for making an interaction with the colleagues, or when the employees are engaging for giving a presentation related to a particular topic, or the firm is going to be examining, or the company is going to examining the performance of the candidates when they are actually involving in particular task completion. So this kind of the method is most common in certain jobs, like in the case of research, where the many candidates they are engaging for investigating certain things, or engineering or professional organizations, or governments or universities. So these are the certain jobs where we can see a observation method to evaluate or select the candidate for a particular post. Second method is a written test. Here the firms are conducting a different or several written tests to examine the qualities or capability of the candidates. They will conduct an intelligence test or integrating test to examine the capabilities of the candidate for the particular post, or they may also conduct the cultural intelligence test, where they want to know is it the candidates are going to be adjust with the cross cultural environment when they are going to dealing international assignments. Means when you are going to sending your employee in other country to do a business, is it that employee is capable to handle the cultural barriers or not. after knowing that they are going to conducting a cultural intelligence test. So they may also conduct the aptitude test where they are going to monitoring or evaluating a mental ability of the candidates for particular job. So this kind of different kind of tests are going to be conducted by the firms to examine the skills or ability of the employees or candidates for the particular post. So third one is international resume. So international employer want to know that whether candidates will be effective in an international work environment. Means they want to assure that he will be able to communicate effectively and he cope with the cultural differences or not. And the body of any effective international resume may be consist of several parts. Means with the help of the international resume, the firm will the comes to know the capability of the candidates for international assignments. Here certain points are covered in the international resumes. First one is international resume will start with the career objective of the candidate, and second it may focusing on all the skills or personal traits of the candidate, and third they will be covering the history regarding their work experience, that may be international work experience or local body work experience. Next they are mentioning education about the candidates, and next they are going to mentioning the hobbies or voluntary work which may be done by the candidate, and last they are going to mentioning a personal data. So with the help of the resume, the company will comes to know the in-depth information about the candidates, which will help for them to select the candidate for international level. So these are different techniques are used by the firms to select the candidate for international assignments. So next we'll discuss role of an expatriate. So in last class I said you the meaning of expatriate. So expatriate is nothing but here when the firm is engaging for sending the employees from their country to another country to complete the task, so that employee is called as a expatriate. So now we will discuss the different role played by the expatriate at the international assignments. First one is securing transfer of technology. So first we'll discuss what do you mean by that. Securing transfer of technology or filling positions means as companies send expatriate abroad in order to transfer their technology to foreign subsidiaries, that is in countries where qualified peoples are not available, the companies send their parent country nationals employees to fill out the positions. So this is mostly used by the multinational or international firms. It means your multinational firms or international firms are engaging for sending their employees in other countries to fill the vacant positions and utilize their knowledge in a subsidiary branch to conduct the business. Second is securing headquarter control. When the firms are sending their employees in other countries to do a business, with the help of their country's employees, they will be control a business which will be spreaded in a host country. Means here when the firms have opened their new plant in another country, a headquarter employees are selected by the home country place, and sub branch employees are selected by that host country. So here headquarter employees are controlling activities of the sub branch employees, because sub branch employees may belongs to the host country and headquarter employees may belongs to the home country. So this way the firm is going to be controlling a business which is spreaded in a other country. Third one is opportunity for international experience or management development. Means expatriate or expectation is helping for our firms to find out the international experience, because nowadays international experience is one of the most important factor for our firms to promote their employee in international assignments. So foreign transfers are here important in order to learn the foreign culture and environment. So in such situations qualified host country nationals employees are available, but managers are still transferred to foreign subsidiaries to acquire knowledge and skills. So it means even though there may be availability of the host country employees, then also the firms are engaging to send their employee in other countries to get the international experience level, which may be helping for them to be develop their career or develop their talent. So fourth role of an expatriate is securing organizational objectives, which is also called as a geocentric approach. In last class we have discussed the meaning of geocentric approach. Geocentric approach means here when the firms are engaging for selecting a peoples for international assignment, they are least bothered regarding the employee who regarding the employee who may belongs to any other country. Here they are not concerning on the employee's belongingness. They are only searching the best candidate for a particular job. Means the employee who is going to be selecting, the employee may belongs to any country. They may be transfer from headquarters to subsidiary, or from subsidiary to the headquarter, or from subsidiary to the subsidiary branch. So the main aim of here is to get the best talent for a right job. So that is called the securing of organizational development. Next is female expatriation. Female expatriation is nothing but when the firms are sending the females for international assignments. So that process is called as a female expatriation. Many MNC companies nowadays they are focusing on to females to send for international assignments. Here they are least bothers regarding a gender. They are looking only qualified peoples who may be suitable for international assignments. So here female expectation is nothing but when the firms are engaging for hiring a female for international assignments, means when the firm is sending their females in other country for international assignment. So that process is called a female expatriations. Next, we'll discuss the reason for including women expatriates in a international business. The first may be competing business environment. So today's extremely competitive business environment, which may force the many firms to go for a global level. So global firms to select the very best peoples available. So means here in competitive business worlds, many firms are operating at a global level, where the global firms are always looking for a best peoples for a right job. So the opportunity of cost may be appointing a women's or rejecting a women's, that may be limiting the selections to the men is much higher than in the previous economic environments. Second is corporate culture. So domestic and multi-domestic companies hire primarily local nationals, and therefore mostly closely matching with the local norms on hiring or not to hiring. In many countries, based on the cultural parameters, they may be avoid to hire the female managers. But today's global cooperation, they are least bothers regarding cultural parameters. They are going to look over only the talent which may be suitable for a international assignment, irrespective of gender based biases. So because of these reasons, in many companies, many global cooperative companies, they are engaging for many global companies, they are engaging for hiring a women for international assignments. Next is flexibility. Global corporations have begun to send women abroad as expatriate managers, because global firms use the expertise and local managers. They can benefit from greater flexibility that may be cultural offered foreign women. Next is problems of women's expertise in international assignments. The first problem which is faced for the firms to hiring women expertise in international level is women do not want to be international managers, because women may believe that women are believed to have a less interest than men in international careers. It means from the survey it comes from the study tested in many countries where 1,000 graduates who are belongs to MBA from several topmost management schools in United States or Canada or European. Here they have shown there is no such there is no significant differences between a female and male MBAs. Both are having a equal interest in international assignments. But when it comes to the selection process, many companies more focusing on men rather than the women. So this may be discouraging women for going for a international assignments. So second one is companies refuse to send the women abroad. Many companies they are going to be giving less interest to send the women for a abroad international assignments. There may be many barriers which may be facing by the firms to send the women for abroad assignments. It may be this may be lead to the women's family problem. It may be lead to the uncomfortness may be feeling by the women when they are engaging in international assignments, or it may lead to it may lead to the traveling assignments. So there are certain problems which may be facing by the women when they are engaging in international assignment, or sometimes firms may face hesitations to sending their female workers for abroad for completing international assignments. Next one is foreign prejudice against female expatriate managers make them ineffective. It's true that foreigners are rejecting the women's to international assignment. They will feel that women could not be succeed in a international managers. Would sending female managers abroad be neither fair to women or not for the companies? Means they are thinking if they send the women for abroad assignments, that may not be good for a women, and it may not be good for a country, because it may be a high risk for sending a women in abroad to do an international assignment, because women they need to be interact with the many men when they are engaging in international assignments, where the women sometimes feel hesitations when interacting with the other peoples in other countries to do a international assignments. So these are certain problems are faced by the women when they are engaging in international assignments.